Tropical Storm Debby continuing to batter the southeastern U.S.
Yeah, we're seeing heavy rain and intense flooding conditions as the storm moves up the coast. Although it has weakened for now, the National Hurricane Center says the storm still poses a major flood threat for the Carolinas.
We have team coverage this morning. Senior meteorologist Scott Withers is here tracking where the storm is heading. We'll check in with him in just a few minutes, but let's start with Julie Martin on the ground in Charleston. Julie, give us a rundown of the damage that you've seen this morning.
Well, good morning, Alex. The winds are starting to pick up, and we are getting one of these rain bands. I don't know if you can see here on the radar coming in now from Debby. And this is going to be a situation we're going to see off and on throughout the day today. This squally weather that continues to pour on top of Charleston, which is already soaked as a result of about a foot of rain that's come in between Monday and Tuesday. That prompted flash flooding, massive flash flooding all across the city yesterday, a city shutdown as well. The city has now reopened as of 7:30 this morning, but we're not done with Debby quite yet. Debby did spawn a couple of tornadoes as well, at least 2 confirmed tornadoes, according to the National Weather Service, out on the islands. Also, about 30 miles to my north here in Monk's Corner. That's where we saw some damage, including some poles down, trees down, some power outages, and some cars flipped over as well. But the flooding was a big deal, and at one point, about 85 roads closed off here in and around Charleston. As of late yesterday afternoon, about 49 of those roads remained closed. The bridges closed here as well. We've got flood watches still up. The bridges have now reopened, so that is some good news. But we still have more rain and winds to come with Debby before it makes that secondary landfall. That's going to be north of me, in between here and Myrtle Beach. City emergency managers, though, warning everyone to still stay put. Not quite over yet.
We could still see some tropical storm force winds as well, so be aware of those. And remember, a lot of injuries and deaths occur after the storm is passed. So if you lose power in your home, remember to take precautions, not to use generators inside your home, inside your garage. They need to be 10 feet away from your home. And don't use charcoal grills or anything like that in your home as well.
Yeah, and not out of the question, we could see some more tropical storm force wind gusts throughout the day. You'll notice those flags flapping here at the city marina, picking up. It comes and goes with these squally bands that continue to push in from Debby, which is about 50 miles off to my south right now. What's going to happen, though, is the storm is going to move slowly once again to the east and then start to move to the northwest, making that secondary landfall maybe sometime around midnight tonight. It could bring more massive flooding to places like Myrtle Beach or Georgetown. Again, we're going to have to wait and see. It's kind of a tricky forecast, and because it's out over open water right now. The good news for Charleston, though, is these businesses are finally starting to reopen. People are going back to work. All city offices, though, remain closed through Friday, guys.
All right, meteorologist Julie Martin in Charleston. Appreciate it. Thank you. Scotty, the storm, as Julie just said, is off the coast now, and she also said a tricky forecast here. But who is in the bullseye right now for more heavy rain and flooding?
Okay, actually, Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville all the way to downtown Daytona Beach. You're getting a lot of rain right now as this big band moves through. And then to the north, you're getting it from Wilmington all the way up to Morehead City as well, because the center of circulation is there. On the back end, some of that rain is going through Charleston. But that's where the most is. Also out here in the Dare County, out here on the Outer Banks, you're getting as well as this spins around. And that's going to keep going for a while here. Look at these rain totals that we're looking here. This is the last 3 days. That is the biggest part right there. Savannah up to Charleston, they've got the most. That's well over 10 inches there. Sorry, that all dropped out, but that white color there, that's where the most of it is, and they've gotten almost that 20 inches or more, and that's going to continue as this thing keeps moving forward. And as you saw, as Julie was saying, is that's moving, well, then that's why we're also seeing this to start. The flood threat starting to move up more towards Georgetown, Wilmington, into interior parts of North Carolina. That's going to happen because that's where those heaviest rain bands are going to be. All right, that's where Debby's at, like Julie said, offshore here. But watch here. By early tomorrow morning, 2 a.m., it starts moving onshore, and then it starts the big bend. It's going to be a depression tomorrow by Friday. It's going to drop a couple inches of rain up there in D.C. on Friday as well. They need it. They've got a drought, so that's not actually bad news. Then it moves up through New England, goes through Canada, and then it's way up in the Arctic. Then we're not going to care about it anymore. But we're going to have a really rainy weekend throughout that entire region, and it's also causing problems at airports, as you can imagine. Not just this, but also some rain. Look, More than 1,000 flights delayed today, cancellations 400. That's going to keep dropping, not just because of that, but we also had some powerful thunderstorms rolling through New York. Take a look. That dropped up to 5 inches of rain last night in New York City. That's adding to the problems with the flights. That's supposed to be the Cross Bronx Expressway there during rush hour last night. That's how bad it was. It was bad there. It was also bad over in New Jersey as well. Now, the good news is all of those storms out over the Atlantic now, so it's clearing up there in New England. Here's where Debby is spinning there. And then back up here, watch here, the Dakotas down here, Denver going into Nebraska. That storm system really going to fire up later tonight into tomorrow, where we could see another severe weather event from, well, Rapid City all the way down to almost Salina into Omaha as well. You could see some strong thunderstorms, some heavy rain, possibly some tornadoes, so you need to be prepared, severe weather ready for those as well as that starts moving through. Temperature-wise, a really nice day across the northern tier of the country in the 70s and 80s. Get out and enjoy that. But right there, lower Mississippi River Valley from Jackson, Mississippi, all the way over to the southwest, you're dealing with those high 90s, the triple digits, and these are real temperatures. This isn't humidity, real temperatures. So add that humidity on and you're really going to feel it today. And that's going to start building up, especially in the southwest over the next few days. We did have a rumbler last night out there, earthquake, 5.2 magnitude just south of Bakersfield, but they were able to feel it all the way down in LA. Fire crews went out. They didn't see any significant damage. So that's good news there. And then our severe weather alerts. We've got all of that issues that we're dealing with out here because of Debby. But look here, guys, it's back. We had those for months, it felt like, all of that, those heat domes. Well, they're starting to build again across the south and the southwest. That's going to be the next big story. And good news, Colorado State University, guys, they've lowered their anticipation, their projection for hurricanes this year. They say there could be a few less. Still going to be a busy season, but not as many as they predicted a few weeks ago. So that's some positive news.
Are you saying that the initial hurricane forecast was wrong?
I would say it was a little bit higher than aggressive than it's turning out to be.
Thank you for clarifying,
Yes.
Scotty. Appreciate it. More news after the break.